Hello to my Leos. This is Queen Moon coming to you with your Monday motivational reading. Leos, the moon is waxing crescent in Capricorn. And the reason why that is important to know is because you want to know when you're looking for signs, when you're praying or going within for answers, you want to pick up on every sign possible. Like the best way that you pick up on signs, you want to be able to pick up that however you can, right? So one way is to not only follow the moon phases to find out what zodiac sign the moon is in, because it just left Ophiuchus this past weekend. If you're watching this on Monday, November 24th, it was in Ophiuchus. We're still in the new moon phase, headed towards the first quarter moon. So still if you're into doing moon rituals, you can still do that so you can land on the light side of your emotions, right? But you can also download the moon phase calendar on, you can go to my website, queenamunra.com, go to birth chart, like when I do for birth chart readings. That website will have moon phase calendar so that you can see what part of your body it could affect when it's in that moon phase. Obviously, if your body is ailing you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you're going to call your physician, your doctor. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm just trying to help you with resources, just finding information. So that's where you can go. We're going to dive in, sending everybody lots of love and light. If you celebrate the holidays, happy holidays to you. Let's get right into it. My community wants me to thrive. My community wants me to thrive. All right. Let's get into it, Leos. So how a moon in Capricorn, a waxing crescent moon, will affect you specifically, Leos. This combination creates a powerful maturity plus discipline plus ambition. That's what affect. Whoa, okay. These cards trying to jump out. Okay. You got somebody who, geez, okay. All right, Leos. Okay, here we go. You got somebody who is linking up with people who are trying to, I can't even get into the reading. These cards are trying to jump out. So, okay. Let me share with you all this. Okay, so your community wants you to thrive, right? But there are some communities that oppose whoever you are, Leos. So you know what, on this channel, if you've been tuned into this channel, welcome back. If you come for the first time, welcome. Whenever you're trying to increase your abundance and your prosperity, and we're not just talking about your money, we're talking about your self-worth, there's always going to be opposing energies that's trying to lower that for you. This is a two of pentacles here, right? So apparently something is getting around the world that your abundance and prosperity is increasing, but you're decreasing other people's, right? So source is telling you, okay, you want to cut something off right in the very beginning. You want to cut something off in the beginning. So the waxing crescent moon brings new beginnings for you all, growing momentum, but in a focused, goal-oriented way that helps you all level up, Leos. Second house, Taurus rules second house, right? So when you come in contact with energies who feel like your material wealth is increasing, or let's say, for instance, you have kids, or like maybe somebody graduated from college or didn't graduate from college, maybe a trade school or something, where it feels like you got more money coming into your home in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or your wealth is increasing, and people automatically go into this. They got to lower your abundance and your prosperity. It doesn't matter, even if it's another Leo, they need to be cut off immediately, because somebody's letting you know that they believe you are lower than they are. They believe that you are lower than they are. Not only that, it's also exposing who they're linking up with. Right? Whether they realize it or not. And something about somebody, a challenge is that somebody could be known all over the world. Like you could be a very popular person, right? So in the distant past is around family, right? You know your worth and you know your value. And so some other people really feel like their family was ended because of people who either maybe looked down on them or thought they were of higher ranking spiritually or earthly ranking or whatever than them. And something about you, somebody is aligning themselves with a particular organization. When I say family, it could be some kind of organization that really wants to end you, that really, really wants to end you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so who they're going to use to do it is the exact same energies that you feel like have helped you, who have increased your abundance and your prosperity. So let's say, for example, it is the name of a particular organization. If they feel like you're somehow a part of that family, of that organization, they'll use somebody from that organization to lower your abundance and your prosperity. Okay? Or let me just say try to do it. So here we go. A fresh start with purpose, right? So the waxing crescent moon for you all Leos in particular brings a rising motivation, clearer direction, the urge to start something new, energy building, or long-term success. So for you, this phase boosts your drive and your ambition, okay? I'm telling you, the sooner you all rule 5th house, by the way, just so we're crystal clear, you rule 5th house. So apparently somebody thinks that for you all, you are linking up with someone who actually increases your abundance and prosperity. So let's have some transparency here. So let's say, for instance, you're a person of color, right? And you feel like a person that's not of color could increase your abundance and your prosperity. Let's say you're in an interracial relationship, right? Let's say that. They will use somebody from that community to try to lower your abundance and your prosperity. Of course, obviously, you don't hate people, and you don't hate the human race. I mean, you operate in the spirit of love, but somebody will do that. That's how you'll know who's linking up with whom. That's how you'll know who's linking up with whom. So let's say, for example, you offer something, right? You offer something for energies. You'll know who's linking up with whom. Somebody that's connected to you. There is a Saturn. This is Capricorn's ruling planet. Somebody talked to possibly a Capricorn, and I know this, and they're part of the same, because we're talking about earth energies here, right? Somebody linked up with a Capricorn who told them, and they were a part of a same community. So if something is so obvious, it's just not even funny. Something is so obvious, it's really not even funny, because somebody told somebody that who felt like they could align themselves with someone else to lower your abundance and your prosperity. Sources say you want to cut it off with both of those energies, because they're linking up. They're linking up together. So if you were to go and ask somebody like, do you know so-and-so? They would tell you no. They would tell you no. So, but it's clear who's linking up with whom. So here we go. So this energy, and again, we're talking about a moon in Capricorn. We're not talking about a Capricorn, okay? Just so we're crystal clear. This is Capricorn's ruling planet, and we have 2 earth energies here, right? So Saturn rules Capricorn, but it also rules Aquarius. So it would be like a Capricorn linking up with an Aquarius to lower your abundance and your prosperity, if that makes any sense, right? Like they're linking up together, talking, linking up. And so sources saying, but they belong to the same community. They belong to the same community. So this is where you want to really pay attention and listen intently with your ears, where a person may have come from and like how they rose up through something. And then you just pay, like I said, pay attention. Your community wants you to thrive. Your community wants you to thrive. Anybody that's putting you in a situation where they want to lower your abundance and prosperity, don't let them tell you twice. Don't let them tell you twice, because family is really, really important to you, and somebody feels like their family was ended, they want to end yours. So, yeah. I feel like whoever you are, you know your worth and you know your value. So, this Capricorn moon influence on you all, it tames your fire just enough to help you follow through, commit to your family, okay? Any boundaries that were overstepped, source is saying you're going to end something, you're going to enforce a boundary right away. You're going to enforce it right away. You work strategically, focus on long-term results, move with discipline, not impulse. This moon sharpens Leos rather than softens you. It really sharpens you. So this is, again, it's not always your blood relative family, just so we're crystal clear. Just so we're crystal clear. It's not always blood relative family. Somebody could belong to an organization that you didn't know that they knew each other or linking up because they belong to the same organization, that they could be using, like playing one against the other. Y'all know what I'm saying? So organization could be same company, same, y'all get the point. Y'all know what an organization is. So what this moon means to you all Leos specifically, you may want to write this down, is one, serious focus on your goals. Get very serious about focusing on your goals, okay? Right? Get very serious about focusing on your goals. When the moon moves through Capricorn, as it is right now, if you're watching this on Monday, again, happy Motivational Monday, it could affect your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, and your hair, okay? So I said could. If you have back problems, the knee and skin, all that, go to the proper doctor for that, right? But it could also help you to remember if those parts were affected. Okay, what phase was the moon in? What phase is the moon in? Because somebody feels like you deserve to be lower than them. For some reason, they feel like you and your family needs to be lower than them. And it increases their worth and their value, right? So no matter how big of a heart you have, Leos, and I need y'all to hear me, no matter how, and I'm talking to my cross watchers as well, no matter how big of a heart you have, no matter how kind you are, no matter how giving you are, because your energy is directed outward, Leos, get out in that sunlight, because somebody has some pent up feelings about your worth and your value increasing, and they feel like theirs is decreasing. And so they want to bully something. And the way that they would do it is to send something out all over the world. So you better be ready for real to expose it. Whatever it is, you better be ready to expose it. Because somebody is clearly showing you they don't want you to thrive. All right. Again, happy Motivational Monday. Pay attention. If you're going to pay something, pay attention. So the first thing is serious focus on your goals. So you usually act from passion. And so a moon in Capricorn shifts your mindset towards one, planning, strategy, long-term growth, building success step by step. So you may feel unusually ambitious and determined. There is a Capricorn in your space that has still not learned a lesson. Somebody still hasn't learned something. They still haven't learned something. They still haven't learned how big your heart is, whoever this energy is. They're still linking up with somebody who knows their worth and knows their value. And it's still not clicking for somebody. So somewhere in their personal chart, like somewhere in their personal their personal planets. Personal planets are the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Those are personal planets. Somewhere in their personal planets, they must have Taurus in their personal planet, because somebody doesn't get it until something happens. Like somebody does not get that they're aligned with a bully. They come from a family of bullies, and the family is not always blood relative. Just so we're crystal clear, it could be, but it may not always be. Somebody comes from a family of bullies when it comes to money, when it comes to trying to lower somebody's worth and lower someone's value. So you have to be on point with, just don't even let it get to, like I said before, it was somebody that, like you all roll fifth house, okay, Leos? So you ruling fifth house, you joke around, you roll the dice, you say, okay, well, I'm going to be kind to this person, be kind to that person. But somebody could come from a place, like people who have bullying spirits, I get away from them as soon as possible. Just as an adult, I'm like, okay, I don't even want to be connected to anybody who's running around here bullying people, playing these stupid games. I get as far away from them as possible, as fast as possible. So the second thing is your career and recognition energy rises. So you all love to shine. There's nothing wrong with that. Capricorn loves achievement, right? So together they bring motivation plus to advance at work, desire to prove your abilities, professional clarity, a push towards leadership and better discipline. Again, we're not talking about a person that is a Capricorn per se, right? In this instance right here, you're dealing with two earth signs here that are linking up with each other, but somebody could also be on the cusp. Somebody could be on the cusp. One of them knows their worth and their value. They're not into bullying people, period, right? But somebody has overstepped the line, and they're saying you overstepped some kind of a line, and they're trying to use these two energies to bully you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You're not going for it. You are completely detaching from both of these energies. You're detaching from both of these energies immediately. You trying to be kind and you trying to be nice to people. This is not where Leos, you go in like a lion. This is where you detach. You understand? This looks like a number 8. Well, it may look like a number 8 to some of you all. Maybe not. We talk about this too. The polarity to Taurus is Scorpio, right? So we're not talking about a Taurus or a Scorpio in particular, but Source is trying to tell you that two people are linking up, but they're very unhealthy and very wounded energies. So when they feel like other people have lowered their worth and their value, they go straight into, it's like a default for some people. They go right into lowering other people's worth instead of them saying, you know what, let me just detach. Let me go and get in my element. Let me get outside in the earth. Let me increase my worth and my value, and let me recognize Source put me around some people who are higher frequency, and let me just raise my frequency. Let me just raise my frequency, right? Yeah. So I'm helping you all to shine a light within, though, right? I'm trying to help you to shine a light within yourselves to say, okay, I need to know my worth, and I need to know my value. Because if I'm around people who are intentionally trying to lower my worth and my value, I can detach. That's you, Leos. Detach. Number 3 is emotional maturity and stability. So you're heartfelt and expressive, and Capricorn cools, grounds, and stabilizes emotions. So you may feel more emotionally balanced, less reactive, clear rather than dramatic, stronger in your self-control, also confident in your decisions. It's powerful, calm energy. So somebody was banking on your self-worth being lower than low. Like whoever this family is, they are trying it, Leos. I can't even reiterate this. Somebody really wants you and somebody to feel lower than low so that they can increase their worth and their value. This is an organization. Make no mistake about it, because of this card that came out. This is an organization that's doing this. They want you to feel lower than lower than low. Again, happy Motivational Monday. Hopefully y'all are paying attention so you can detach from both of these. Once they expose themselves, this is where you're saying, okay, I need to detach immediately. No questions asked. Listen, you detach. That's all I can tell. That's the only word I can use for you all is to detach. Number 4, strengthen boundaries. Leo gives generously, right? Sometimes too generously, right? Some of you all are overgivers, and I'm talking to you even if your sun, moon, rising, Venus is not a Leo. You could be any zodiac sign, and you could be a person that's very confident in helping to raise other people's abundance and their prosperity. And as soon as something happens with their material wealth, their money or something, they go right into loan. Oh, let me give somebody an example. It's almost like having a person around that wants to see, they're happy when things are going well for them, but if they feel like you're doing better than they are material wise, like you get a bigger house, bigger car, nicer this, nicer that, they go right into lowering like your worth and your value. You're dealing with an earth sign that is secretly an enemy. They're secretly an open enemy. They're secret. I can't say secret open enemy. That's contradicting. But is there a secret enemy of yours because of who they link up with? It's as long as they think that you're doing less than they are, then they're fine, right? They feel like they're helping you. It's kind of like the opposite of what people say about low vibrational Leos. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, turn your light up, don't turn your light down, Leos. Because when you're dealing with just people in general who you start to notice as you come up and you rise up through rankings in physical realm, money gets better, house get better, cars, whatever you want, right? Gets better, then they go right into, it tells you who's linking up with whom. It tells you who's linking up with whom. So, and by the way, just FYI, just as a reminder, I am doing donation readings for those people who, just in general, from the collective community, like donation readings for the collective community, until at least until the end of the year. So a lot of people have taken advantage of that. So you can go to my website, or you can just reach out to me to find out exactly what that means. So number 5 is relationship realism. Relationships in your personal and your professional life. A source is balancing something out for you. Financially, source is balancing something out. This is why you don't want to retaliate. This is why you want to detach. Just detach. You don't need to retaliate. Because your energy is directed outward and you're a fire sign, you may want to just go right in and get fired up. So it's like, no. Cool your little jets and say, nope. Because it's exposing who's a part of a particular community. That's who it's exposing. It's a lot of assumptions out here. Somebody thinks that you're in a relationship with someone else. Some of y'all could be single. Some of you could be in a relationship with somebody. But it goes to your thinking and their thinking. Like, why would somebody care if you're in a relationship with somebody? Why would somebody care if you dated interracially? Y'all get what I'm point. Like, why would somebody care? Why do people care so much? This is overstepping a boundary. Why do people care so much who you're seeing and who you're aligning with? But the part of it is when they go into whoever these energies are, trying to lower your abundance and lower your, and we see it all the time on social media. We see it all the time on social media where people don't think that people are deserving of a balance, a healthy work-life balance. You see it in some of your offices, like wherever you work, you see it in some of your offices, the treatment that some people get. So in relationship realism, Leos, you feel with your heart. And a moon in Capricorn says, look at the actions, not the words. Okay. And so there is a family out here that's really, really trying to destroy yours. Y'all need to pay attention, right? You need to pay attention of who is linking up with whom. All right. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Make sure you're getting your rest, right? So you may notice who is truly committed and who shows up for you. You may also notice who respects your time. You may notice where relationships need more structure and also where imbalance exists. So it's eye-opening in a good way. It's eye-opening in a good way. All right, so recent. Yeah. Somebody really wants you to surrender to them. I'm telling y'all, I don't know who I'm talking to, Leos. This is where you want to pour into yourself like never before. Because what I'm picking up on for somebody is that your intuition about an earth sign in particular and who they're linking up with is, and of course this is not every earth sign, because I'm going to make sure, because a lot of it has to do with who's linking up with whom, right? It may not even be them per se. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's not even the person that you think it is. Sometimes it's just the people that they're linking up with, and all they care about is money. So basically it's like somebody is saying they're counting your coins. They're counting your money. They're looking at you like in your second house. Your second house speaks to for those of you all who are learning houses. The second house speaks to material possessions, right? That's what the second house speaks to. Possessions, money, and finance. Like somebody, what, like intangible wealth, right? Literally and metaphorically, right? So material possessions, intangible wealth, your money, your income, your worth, and your value, those kind of things. And so source is saying once people realize when you know your worth and they don't know theirs, and you're sitting there trying to, you're trying to keep telling people, oh no, if I can do it, you can do it too, right? If I can do this, you can do it. You're doing everything possible to try to help somebody, and they want you to feel lower than they are so they can increase their value and their self-worth and self-value. Detach. I can't say it no clearer than that, Leos. What is your strength? Yeah, what I say? Get as far. Listen. You better think quicker. You better think quicker, Leos. Hopefully somebody's like, oh my God, I was just thinking that. I need to get as far away. Yeah, because something about when you're known all over the world, or at least you're like a lot of people know you, you can have a platform like YouTube, or you could have some level of fame, right? You may not be rich. But you're rich when it comes to your self-worth, right? You may not even have the closeness with your own family, but you're rich in self-worth. Y'all get the point of what I'm saying here. And so what you're dealing with is an energy who is stubborn, possessive, and resistant to change. You're dealing with an energy that is pessimistic, rigid, and unforgiving. And you're also dealing with an energy that is overcritical or perfectionist and a warrior. In other words, they want to be a part of your family unit so bad because you know your worth and your value, and you are letting other people know, hey, you're worth more than somebody trying to lower your abundance and your prosperity. That's what you're saying. Basically, this is a secret enemy, right? 7 is the Justice card. That would show open enemy, right? Somebody is a secret enemy of yours, and they just expose themselves one more time. How many times does somebody have to expose themselves as being a secret enemy to you? You're in a relationship with somebody, and it could be a platonic friendship. It could be a customer that you're working with. You could be it could be anybody that they're exposing themselves as being a secret enemy to you, because they're enemy to themselves. They don't know their worth and they don't know their value, and therefore they go around somebody's trying to lower your worth and lower your value. Cut it off immediately. Don't even overthink it. Cut it off immediately. Don't even overthink it. Because what somebody is dealing with is impulsive energies. So when I'm reading cards, I'm also reading numbers too. I'm reading upright and reverse, but I'm also reading the numbers and the colors of the cards here. So somebody is blood related to, okay, so you could live in the north, somebody could live in the south, right? Or wherever you are in the world, right? But they are blood related to somebody from your past, okay? This red card here, they're blood related to somebody from your past. You see this pocketbook here? They're blood related to somebody from your past, right? And it doesn't take much for them to see red when it comes to blood relatives, right? It doesn't take much. They've seen blood already. You could be dealing with somebody who is, when it comes to their blood relatives, it doesn't take much to see anger. That's Mars. Mars is the color associated with Mars, the planet Mars, which is the Tower card, because that's just somebody trying to cause you a tower moment. They're almost like, okay, you're getting too big for financially, you're getting too big, and we want you to be a part of our family, and you don't want to be a part of our family. You're running away from the family. Listen, you ain't running away from nobody. Let me tell you this right now. That you're not doing, all right? But you will cut a so-and-so off with the quickness. You'll cut them off with the quickness. They ain't even got to worry about it. If people are that low vibrational, that they would try to lower your abundance and your prosperity because they feel low. So it's just saying that's when you need to just cut them off and let karma do its thing. Karma is coming back on somebody real bad. Yeah, it's coming back on somebody real bad, Leos. And it's hitting them hard because they don't know their worth and they don't know their value. So I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. So this is why you got to be real careful when you're dealing with race, culture, ethnicity, those kind of things, and people who operate in a spirit of hate. And even listening to somebody who like, oh, they think a certain race could help them. That needs to be cut off. The conversation needs to be cut off because you know your worth and you know your value. And it wouldn't matter if somebody was your race or the opposite race. You would cut them off too, just the same, because you know your worth and you know your value. Okay, if that was the case. Or if they was rich and you're rich and they're still trying to lower your worth and your value, y'all could have done business together. Cut something about their energy or they, whatever your situation is, cut them off. You ain't even got it. They saying you running away from something. You ain't running away from anything. Like who in the world they think they dealing with? This is your strength right here. Is that, yep, cut them off. I'm done. I don't need to talk to certain people anymore. That is a strength. That is a strength. I don't need to talk to certain people anymore. They already lied and told people that you looking at a certain race or culture or money or people with money to save you. That's a lie straight from the pit of hell. For real. It's just that you know your worth and you know your value. And we're not even talking about money. They can just remove money from the equation. You're not even talking about money. Somebody was raised as a favorite in their family. Somebody was raised as a favorite. So something about you, that seed was planted very early on, whoever you are in your family, that, hey, you ain't sticking around for an open enemy to tell you every time somebody compliments you, they want to point out your shadow side from your past. Like, what? What? So, no. Turn up your lights, Leo. Turn them up. Near future for you. Near future. Yeah, you got a new project coming across your path. You don't have time for games. Yeah. You're a fire sign. This is your element. You're getting outside and getting some sun. You're cleansing all that dark energy off of your spirit. But you'll cut a person. Listen, you'll cut them off with the quickness. You'll cut them off with the quickness. They want to start this competing and comparing. They look better. They got more money. They feel like another... You know, I heard somebody talking about races, like basically think some people hate their own race because they feel like another race would save them from whatever. Maybe they feel like I can't even get into the level of ignorance for real. Bottom line is, when you know your worth and your value, when you're talking about family here, you're attracting the frequency that you're on. You're attracting the frequency that you're on. So somebody felt like, yeah, but you got a secret enemy. You got a secret enemy that's an earth sign. And those are the characteristics. So let me be really, really clear here. Because second house, Taurus rules second house. We're not necessarily talking about a Taurus. Just so we're crystal clear. It could be, but it may not be. Keep that in mind. High vibrating Taurians are reliable, patient, and also sensual. Low vibrating Taurians are stubborn, possessive, resistant to change, right? So you could be a person like, hey, we balance each other out in these areas, but you can't help somebody who has low self-esteem. They already grew up. You can keep trying to pump them up and try to give them compliments. Somebody that they're still linking up with is lowering their self-esteem. So every time you pour into them and try to make them feel better about themselves, they go right back into an environment where people lower their self-esteem. But they won't leave it because of the material attachment that they have. They can't, it's like they can't be by themselves. And you're a very independent zodiac sign. They can't be by themselves. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, take your information, your personal stuff offline. If you can. Unless you're a person who is so famous, you got paparazzi jumping out. You can't help it. They got jumping out the bushes somewhere, eyeballs in the bushes, looking at you, every little thing that you're doing. You got helicopters flying around your house. with the cameras looking down, or people around you like acting like fanatics. No, sever ties. So the influences on you, yeah, somebody who really knows their worth. This is right here. Once a person is disrespectful one time to you, cut them off. That sounds real cold to some people, right? That sends a message. Mercury is retrograde. You out here sending messages. That's the message you sending off. Cut off. Cut off. They cut off. Because somebody done lost their mind. And you are helping them to find it just by severing tie. You're just saying, nope, I'm just cutting them off. Somebody says something to you disrespectful. You know what? One time. 2 times is too many times. To try to lower your worth and lower your value. Got it. Got it the first time. And if it involved any kind of money whatsoever, and you feel like, okay, or material possessions, give it back to them. Detach. Just give it back to them and detach. Like if somebody says, well, I gave you, I gave you an expensive such and such, and it cost me such and such and such and such, and all you bought me was so and so. You know what? Here you go. I didn't realize we was counting. Okay, here you go. Here you go. So you may be seeing ravens here. You may be seeing ravens around you, but you got to get outside during the day. This is air, okay? You may be seeing ravens around you. First time somebody do that kind of mess. Oh, okay. All right. Like you may give them a second time. I bought you this, but that's all you bought me. The more and more they keep doing that, the more and more as a Leo, I'm trying to help y'all. I don't know who I'm trying to know who I'm talking to. The more and more they do that, the more and more you get trapped in this mirror of like somebody starting to feel real comfortable lowering your worth to increase theirs. Because then the stories come to, I couldn't afford such and such, this and that, as if whatever good services, whatever you provided, you don't know your worth and know your value. Give it back to them. Give it back to them. Okay, you bought this gift for me, but you're saying that whatever. So source is saying you're moving on from something. Your community wants you to thrive. Like you ain't gonna be a part of. You ain't playing those silly games. Yep, there it is. You have an innate spiritual understanding of something. That's the external and environmental influence. You have of just how people build their environments, or making people feel less than, so that they can feel this sense of feeling worth more than you, right? That's what I say right here. 2 and 5 is 7. Somebody is going to ask why you cut them off, because they don't know their worth and they don't know their value. It's going to come down to just that simple. That is why you're cutting them off. They're going to ask why, because they don't know that they are a secret enemy to themselves. Like, what the heck? Like, what? Ooh, child. Anyway, happy Monday, y'all. Hopes and fears. Lord, have mercy. Yeah, somebody's back is pushed against the wall. Yeah, somebody's family's back is... And again, family does not mean that it's your family, okay? I got to reiterate that, because people hear family, they automatically go through their family. It could be an organization that they consider themselves as family. Back is against the wall. Guess what? You ain't tapping out. You tapping in to source through prayer and meditation. I wish them the best. I prayed about it. Somebody tried to lower your worth and your value, because maybe you are in an interracial relationship. Maybe you are, and that person balances you out. This is why I keep trying to tell people, take that stuff off of social media, because people love to poke fingers and start saying, oh yeah, they think that marrying somebody of a different race or culture or background is going to increase their worth and their value. Guess what? I just revoked access. That's you, Leos. You just revoked access. That way you can't see nothing. You don't have a chance to see anything, right? So keep telling that lie. You could be single as a dollar bill and somebody will still feel like because you don't want them, that they running around telling lies. I don't know who I'm talking to. Somebody is running around telling lies saying that you think being with somebody of a different race or culture or ethnicity or socioeconomic status is going to raise your self-worth. Or listen, y'all, okay, Leos, okay, I'm not trying to stroke anybody's ego here, but for real, and you don't even have to be a Leo to be watching this video. You've been it. You've been the big coin, okay? So somebody trying to tell you that you marry outside your race, or you marry somebody who is rich, or you marry somebody who is good looking, whatever aesthetically pleasing to your eyes, right? Because Taurus is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, and aesthetic. And it's a personal planet. You don't need to give it any air. Let that thing have a back. What's the name of that movie from a long time ago? It was called Backlash, I want to say. Yeah, let that thing backfire. Tap in the sword. Pray for people, child. Be like, goodbye. Goodbye and good riddance. You just exposed yourself. Because that's what somebody's basically saying. It's like, okay, because you marry somebody that has more money than you are, that raise your social standards. Or now all of a sudden you got boundaries. Or you move from south up north, and you now you have a mindset like now all of a sudden you got boundaries where you didn't have. No, you've been had boundaries. You've been knew your worth, and you've been knew your worth. Or all of a sudden one of your kids came into a whole lot of money. All of a sudden you got boundaries. No, you're enforcing the boundaries, and they have a problem with you enforcing boundaries. Somebody felt like they were entitled to have so much access to you. Like, nah. So anyway, somebody is going to think that somebody says something to you to put a flame or fire up under you. But y'all listen, I'm trying to help y'all with some stuff for real. That's not the case at all. Somebody had already had an idea of who was already connected to whom. People playing these little stupid games because they want you to be a part of something. It's only making something worse. It's only making something even worse. See this little kid in this picture right here? When you're a kid and you grow up around a certain type of energies, you already know. You have an inside, like, Lord have mercy. You have an inside, you know inside how people are. And it's not everybody. You just have somebody is making something worse for themselves. That's all they doing. They making something worse for themselves. And I'm talking about, because again, your back is not pressed up against the wall. You're just going into prayer mode. You're just going into prayer mode. Whoever overstepped this boundary by aligning themselves, they messed it up. They messed it up for themselves. They messed it up for themselves. Poor thing. Yep. Rise above the judgment. Child, somebody is obsessed with the material world. It's not even funny. They possess. I mean, that's a word too. Obsessed and maybe even possessed. But yeah, with just the material world, how things look, right? How things look. If you gotta go into that level of judging people because you don't really know people for yourself, if they don't know you for themselves and they haven't been around you to talk to you to see exactly like what makes you tick, your mindset, Leos. Listen, y'all gonna learn real fast. Whoever I'm talking to detach real fast. That is the reason why some people are so low. That is the reason. Somebody wants to know who you're talking to, because you're in a good spirit, you're in good mood. Maybe you're in a good mood because you wake up, you have a morning ritual, you get out and get some sun, you get some fresh air. Maybe you are a person who is really, really grounded, like you're solid on all fours. You're when I say four, I'm talking about your root chakra. You're solid there at your root chakra. You're solid when it comes to your sacral chakra. You're solid when it comes to your solar plexus and your heart, your heart chakra, right? Maybe you're just good on life because of this right here. how you was raised. You don't want to be a part of any family that got to play stupid games to get you to be a part of something. You don't even want to be a part of it. Somebody is making something worse on themselves. And I'm talking about because they want you to be a part of something and they making it worse. It's actually having an adverse effect because it's insulting your intelligence of knowing who's aligned with whom. It's just making something just worse. Because somebody swears up and down that you are obsessed with the physical world. They swear that you're obsessed with money. They swear that you're obsessed with people, places, or things that would raise your value when you already know who you are. That's why you align with people who know their worth and they know their value. Whether y'all money is low or your money is high, they know their worth and their value. That's what source is trying to help you. But somebody playing these little stupid games is just making it worse. Because somebody swears up and down that you're obsessed with money, or you're obsessed with the material world, or you're obsessed with people who live in the northern region versus the southern region. They don't even know you. Leos, don't even get us no air. Happy Monday. Yeah. Keep, what I say? Don't turn down your light. Some of y'all family members some of y'all blood relatives don't even know you. They swear up and down that you're obsessed. When you start talking about, somebody's obsessed with living, upstate, or they obsessed with money, get away from those people. You don't have anything to prove. Get away from them. All of them. Everybody that's connected to them. Get as far. Here's your stuff back. There you go. Ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. There it is. Yeah. Stop letting people play in your face. Just because you want to better your life and stay away from certain people who tried their hardest to lower your abundance and your prosperity in terms of your knowledge, in terms of where you live, in terms of the circles that you're in. They're trying to lower your abundance and your prosperity. Look, speaking of light, that should be light work. That should be light work. Okay? Yeah. Look. Child. Oh, somebody is seeing red, child. So today is Monday, right? So Monday speaks to emotions. The moon aligns with Mondays, like the sun aligns with Sundays, right? Tuesday. So somebody is already mad. Somebody is already mad. There's an organization that's already mad. And so they seeing red right now because you probably listening to this and going, oh my God, I was just thinking the same thing. And here comes this reading, resonating. It's not all earth signs. That's why I'm saying this is not every Taurus. Taurians are, and I speak highly of all zodiac signs. Taurus are, they're ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics, right? And their energy is highly magnetic, right? And so what I tell Taurians on my channel is gatekeep energies who are trying to lower your abundance and your prosperity because they have low self-esteem, right? This is not about whether somebody says you and this person look good together, because nobody really knows what attracts people to each other. It's not about whether somebody's saying y'all look good together, because a whole bunch of people could say, oh, why is he with her? He could do so much better. Why? Oh, he must be with her because she got low self-esteem. Actually, behind closed doors, she could be a person who is a prayer warrior for somebody, who helps increase, who inspires somebody behind closed doors, somebody who doesn't talk to somebody like they're dead, or whatever the case may be. Somebody could, and other people on the outside could be jealous because they don't know what's going on. They're not in the inner circle. They have no idea. So Source is trying to help somebody to really stop linking up with people who don't know their worth and they know their value, and they lowering yours. So there it is. It's not about money. Money is a form of energy. Yep. So here we have 6. 5 and 6 is 11. You've been enlightened. 5 and 6 is 11. You've been enlightened. Somebody is mad because your value, you know your worth and you know your value, and they are hot fish grease mad, y'all. Shall pop, pop, pop. They mad. Woo, y'all, they mad. So there we go. There we go. Like I said, give them back whatever they swore they gave you. Hey, they say, hey, I bought you this nice purse, or I bought you these nice shoes, or I bought you this so and so, and that's all you. Hey, here you go. You want no emotional, physical attachments, no reminders. There you go. Yep, emotional withdrawal. Yeah, somebody's emotions are, they feel like somebody had their eyes locked in on you. Somebody had their eyes locked. What? Oh my God, what did I just say? Okay. Taurus, Scorpio, right? Somebody had their eyes locked in on you. Now they're emotionally withdrawn because they know they were green with envy. They were hooking up with people who are green with envy. We're not talking about a Scorpio or a Taurus in particular, right? It could be, but it may not be. So don't get your mind fixated on, oh my God, I knew my friend who was a Taurus or a Scorpio. I knew they was linking up with. Come out of that mindset. Pour into yourself like never before. Pour into yourself so that way you can get outside and get some fresh air, get some sunlight, so that you don't automatically make a impulsive decision about something, right? Somebody could literally be looking at your relationship, whoever you're with or they think you're with, and it could cause them emotional withdrawal, like, okay, things are drying up for me, and I just knew I was going to get with Leo, and Leo was going, it was just going to, things are going to start flushing at me like a flood of everything was going to come in for me. So somebody's right now going through emotional withdrawal because they thought that y'all were going to be able to link up, y'all were going to be able to hook up, somehow by, yeah, this is an organization. This is a whole family of energies who feel like they want to connect with you. Keep them out of your business, Leos. Because they need your energy more than you need theirs. Because of who they are attached to. It can be anybody that they're attached to. Oh yeah, I know your ex is a Leo. Their family, they got a lot of money. Somebody is planning. Somebody's the holiday season. Somebody need more money. Somebody needs more, and there's nothing wrong with that, But it's beyond money. It's also because money is a form of energy. But somebody is really an opportunist. That's the only word I can use. Somebody is really an opportunist, and them linking up with people like sending you the hey big head text. Okay, maybe you do have a big head. Yeah, prosperity begins. Yeah, prosperity begins. Yeah, you're putting an end to something. You're putting an end to something because you're a very creative energy, and somebody is mad. They mad, and when I say mad, y'all, they super mad. They got on a super mad cape. So you ain't trying to save people. You know your worth and you know your value, and you are aligning yourself with other people who know their worth or their value. Whether you're in the valley or up on the hill, whether your money is low or whether your money is high, whether you live down south, wherever you are in the world, and it's not just the U.S., it's wherever you are in the world, whether you live down south or live up north, it doesn't matter. You know your worth and you know your value. Whether y'all are two different races, cultures, socioeconomic status, you know your worth and you know your value. You are not hanging in there with somebody who feels like they talk to you like you are dead because they want a destiny swap. And their energy is very threatening to you. They don't know their worth and their value. Hey, goodbye. Yep. You made way too many sacrifices to be sacrificed. All right. Way too many sacrifices to be sacrificed. You already made too many sacrifices. You ain't playing games. You don't know your worth and your value. Goodbye. That's going to sound cold to some people, but the more and more you learn, a waxing crescent moon in Capricorn brings you ambition, rising Leos. It brings focus and discipline, emotional maturity, stronger boundaries, career momentum, practical clarity in relationships, and also motivation to build something lasting. This moon and this waxing crescent moon, Leo, helps step into your leader energy with purpose and stability. You're not trying to save somebody. Some people know how to save themselves because they knew from a child their worth and their value. They're like, okay, you're aligning yourself with some people who are trying to say, well, we can increase your worth and we can increase your value. You just let certain people talk to you any kind of way. You could just genuinely have a good heart. You could genuinely just be a good-hearted person. And say, as nice as you are, somebody disrespects you, okay, I'm just going to cut them off. They can tell whoever, whatever. It's King of Wands here, right? You got spirit guides backing you. Yeah, your ancestors kicking somebody's behind right now. And they are mad because they belong to an organization that this person already tried to lower your worth and they lower your value. And that's like they're in recruitment stage. They trying to recruit everybody who they can connect with that can lower your worth and lower your value, to say, okay, you dated this kind of person. You was married to that kind of person. Anything where you won't know your worth and your value, they just expose themselves through this reading. So hopefully there it is. Hopefully there it is. Somebody, they don't. That's why I keep telling my collective community, keep your business off of the internet, because it's driving somebody crazy that they could not lower you financially to the lowest of low. Keep it off the internet, y'all. Keep it off the internet, Leos. You got a new house, new car, new this and that. Like I said, unless you super famous and people are click, 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 cameras everywhere where you can't help it, keep it off the internet. What else we got? Hopefully this is helpful. Happy Motivational Monday. If somebody is making something worse for themselves, because this is somebody that you either dated in the past, or because Taurus and Libra both are ruled by Venus, right? So it could be somebody who they were indecisive about you, very they were people pleaser, very avoidant of something. This is somebody that you used to be in a relationship with, right? And who they're connected with could be impulsive, aggressive, very impatient, someone who is stubborn, possessive, resistant to change. And all of a sudden they had this clarity, this moment of awakening. Oh my God, I should have stayed with Leo. No, you should stay where you are. You're too busy listening to everybody else. That's where you need to be. Your ears big as satellite dishes. Keep listening to them. They couldn't even narrow. Child, please. Happy Monday, y'all. You deserve the best. Okay, your new home awaits. You deserve the best. Yep, your ex wants to return. That's going to be a no. That's going to be a no. That's going to be a heck to the no. Here we have love up on yourselves more. You ain't confused. You know your worth. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, don't turn down your light. If you operate in your purpose, turn up. Always bet on you. Open your vault door, Leos. Drink more water as a form of self-care. You have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' vibrations, their moods, and their feelings. Y'all, happy Monday. It's time to expand your brand. Some people cannot cut people off to save their lives. They can't cut people off to save their lives. They keep trying to help increase their worth and their value. And the person that they're trying to help increase their worth and their value, they keep linking up with people who keep lowering theirs. So it's like you're working harder to help to increase their worth and their value, while they keep going back to people who keep lowering theirs. Listen, if they're that stubborn, I don't even know what to say. Messages from your ancestors. Don't return their call. See? Don't return their call. Yeah, somebody's making something worse for themselves because of who they keep linking up with. Like who they keep linking up with. Yeah, if they're an adult and they're making these decisions, even if they're your adult kids, that's going to strike some people. If they're your adult kids and they keep linking up with the wrong people because they're feeding off of your energy, Leo. They're feeding off your energy. and they keep linking up with people who keep lowering their abundance and their prosperity, and you're trying to piece some things together, like this person right here, you've mastered piecing some things together. Yeah, you mastered that, but you can also master an enormous amount of wealth. Source is trying to balance it out for you. Somebody's family, somebody's connected to a family who, yeah, you may have mastered piecing things together, multiple streams of income to make ends meet, but ends aren't supposed to meet. Y'all are opposite is day and night, east and west, far away from just the way y'all think. It's just different. It's just different, very different. So if your adult kids have chosen another side of the family to think the way that they do, that they will put you in poverty to lower your abundance and your prosperity, and you're trying to piece things together, they need to be cut off too. If that's the way they think, all for this image of a perfect family, that they would be willing to lower your abundance and your prosperity, cut off. Somebody gonna think y'all real cold. I'm telling y'all, depending on where you live geographically, it could be freezing cold where you are right now. Somebody gonna think that you are freezing cold. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Happy Monday. Bye.